more than just frequency is the issue of you can't disperse it very well because certain circumstances. It grows heavily where the septic is, and then so much so that you can't get it to feather out across the whole yard, and none of the other techniques really work for it. So this is a case where I do what I call a concentrate and push. So let me set the camera down here and see if we can get video of it. I don't know how much of that you got, but obviously you get rid of a lot of clippings quickly that way. There's a big pile here. It's enough to float the whole front of the mower up onto asphalt when I'm pushing it over here. And where I deposit them, that'll be helpful for my parking situation because there's a big dip right there that I can fill in with that. All right, I'm going to get on back to work. Good afternoon. To follow up on the concentrate and push pattern. As you saw me blowing in on the final passes to blow in, you might have noticed I was feathering the quick shoot so that it didn't blow across the top of the pile and beyond the concentrated area. And another factor is you don't want to have to run over those clippings too many times, because I've noticed as if they get too chopped up, they have a tendency to try to roll under the deck instead of push. If those clippings are big and stuff, you can push a wave of clippings that's wider than the mower and 2 foot deep down the street, and it just rides along in a wave. Now I am having trouble with the deck after I trimmed the front where I opened up the face of it. But the thing is, I did that for cut quality, and mowing is what I do. Pushing grass is an occasional thing, and I usually don't. I set my rules, or how do you put it? I make exceptions to the rule. The rule is I mow grass. An exception is that I push grass. So I'm not going to configure my mower for pushing grass and then suffer the consequences of having it configured thus for what I do 99.9% of the time, which is mow grass. Now, some people, they want to set their rule to the exception, like people who want to string trim first because there might be a hose to pick up or whatever. So they're saying we're going to make it a standard policy because this might happen. They could go 10 years and that occurrence never happened, but they've taken away the efficiency of their process just in case it will happen. You see what I'm saying? They're making a rule to the exception. The exception is a hose might be out there in the way, but my thinking is I figured out ways of nudging things out of the way or floating the deck over it. And if one of my workarounds don't work out that great, I've always got the plausible deniability of, hey, it isn't in the contract that I'm supposed to pick up hoses. You know, I'm here to mow. So you do your best, you feather it over it. If you have a problem and it doesn't work out one time, then, you know, it's obvious that that was, unless that was dictated in the contract and they said that you have to pick up anything that's left out, or be responsible. All right, I'm gonna get on to next job. Catch you later.